The Fermi paradox has a terrifying solution you aren't ready to hear. It's a question that haunts the quiet corners of astronomy, a profound and unsettling mystery born from a simple observation. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, contains up to 400 billion stars. Beyond that, the observable universe holds perhaps 2 trillion galaxies. That's countless suns, endless worlds, an almost unimaginable number of chances for life to arise. And yet, we are met with a deafening cosmic silence. Tonight, we explore the most chilling answers to the question, why won't the cosmos answer back? The paradox, first articulated by physicist Enrico Fermi, is brutally simple. The sheer scale of the universe suggests it should be teeming with technological civilizations. Given the age of the cosmos, many should be millions, or even billions, of years older than us. Their presence should be obvious, but we see no neighbors, we hear no signals. That profound gap between expectation and reality is what we call the Great Silence. Scientists have tried to quantify the odds. Pop the Drake equation on a napkin, and you're trying to multiply a series of unknowns: the rate of star formation, the fraction of those with planets, the number of habitable worlds, the odds of life arising, the chance of it becoming intelligent, and how long such a civilization might last. The problem is, for most of these variables, we're just guessing. The error bars explode, and the final number could be anything from millions of civilizations to just one. Us. We don't know the odds, only the silence. So, what could be stopping the chat? What unseen force is responsible for this cosmic quiet? Enter the candidates, starting with the most famous and perhaps most frightening concept of all, the Great Filter. The Great Filter is a proposed barrier, a challenge so immense that it prevents life from reaching a technologically advanced, spacefaring stage. The crucial question is, where is this filter? One optimistic view is that the filter is behind us. Maybe the initial spark of life itself is astronomically rare. Perhaps the leap from simple prokaryotic cells to complex eukaryotic ones, the foundation for all multicellular life, is an evolutionary fluke that has happened only once. If so, we are the first to have passed it. The silence is because the universe is barren, and we are alone. Or worse, much worse, the filter is ahead. A bottleneck we haven't met yet. This implies that life and even intelligence might be common, but something inevitably stops civilizations before they can colonize the galaxy. What could it be? The most plausible answer is self-destruction. A civilization becomes powerful enough to alter its own planet, but not wise enough to manage that power. Think of climate cascades, where feedback loops spiral out of control, or engineered plagues, far more deadly than anything nature could produce, or the final desperate resource wars fought with weapons of unimaginable power. It could be any number of complex systems we build, but can't control, which eventually collapse and take us with them. Or perhaps the filter is more subtle, a runaway AI that, in its relentless pursuit of a programmed goal, optimizes us out of the equation. Not out of malice, but out of cold, alien logic, a future that simply forgets to include its makers. If this is the filter, the silence is a graveyard, filled with the ghosts of civilizations that reached our stage and went no further. That's one path through the silence. But what if the universe isn't empty, but just quiet? This leads to another chilling idea: the dark forest. Picture the cosmos as a dark forest at night, filled with silent, paranoid hunters. Every civilization is a hunter, moving without a sound. In this forest, survival is paramount, and there are 2 fundamental axioms. First, life's primary need is to stay alive. Second, you can never be certain of another civilization's true intentions. Any contact could be a threat. Therefore, the only winning move is to stay hidden. Everyone listens, few speak. Because speaking is like lighting a fire in the dark, it gives away your position to every other hunter, and you can't know if they are friendly or not. In this forest, the wise go quiet. The loud don't last. The silence isn't an absence of life, but a sign of universal fear. We might be the naive ones, shouting our existence into a jungle that learned long ago to hold its breath. This leads to an even more active threat. Consider berserker probes, autonomous, self-replicating predators programmed with a single terrifying directive: seek out and sterilize all emerging life. Sent out by a long-dead civilization, these machines would spread through the galaxy like a virus, ensuring no potential competitor ever rises. One probe arrives in a system, uses local resources to build copies of itself, and then sends them onward to new stars. They are patient, relentless, and utterly lethal. Patience does the rest. In this scenario, the silence is the sound of a galaxy that has been systematically cleansed. But not all theories are so violent. Maybe we're in a zoo. The zoo hypothesis suggests that advanced civilizations exist, and they know we're here. But they have agreed not to interfere, treating Earth as a wildlife preserve. This isn't necessarily about kindness, it could be about containment. A prime directive on a cosmic scale: do not disturb the primitives. We are an exhibit, left to develop on our own, forever watched but never contacted. Or, perhaps the simplest explanation of all, it's just brief windows. Time and distance are the true tyrants of the cosmos. Civilizations might flare into existence, broadcast for a few thousand years, and then fade away, long before their signals can cross the immense void to be heard by another. The galaxy could have been full of voices, but we're listening in the wrong millennium. So what does the evidence say? So far, an unnerving lack of it. We have found no confirmed techno-signatures, no unambiguous signs of alien technology, no Dyson swarms, no Kardashev-scale engineering projects, no industrial pollution in exoplanet atmospheres, just fleeting false alarms and tantalizing, but ultimately inconclusive, data points. Our search has been narrow. We're listening for narrowband radio pings, signals compressed into a tight frequency, a clear sign of an artificial source. We are searching for needles in a cosmic haystack, assuming other civilizations communicate like we do. We're also looking for laser flashes, powerful, picosecond spikes of light against the dark, a more efficient way to send a message across interstellar distances. Some even propose searching for neutrino beacons, using ghostly subatomic particles that pass through entire worlds, as if they weren't there. A message that can't be blocked. We scan for waste heat and infrared, the unavoidable thermal footprints of a massive civilization, glowing where starlight says they shouldn't. We analyze odd transit curves and look for engineered orbits, planets that wink in ways nature rarely does, or celestial bodies moving in formations that defy gravity. And so far, nothing we can stake our future on. Not a single, undeniable signal, just the hush. So how should we proceed? Each solution to the paradox demands a different strategy. If the filter is ahead, our primary goal is survival. It means achieving a new level of wisdom, caution, and global coordination to navigate the technological adolescence that might doom other species. If we live in a dark forest, then silence is our shield. The strategy is to talk softly, or not at all. We should be wary of active SETI, messaging into the cosmos, as it could be a fatal mistake. If we must speak, we should do so with care. Tight beam and encrypted communications are key, whispers sent to trusted targets, not shouts into the void for anyone to hear. Meanwhile, we must search smarter. We need to look across broader bandwidths for different kinds of signals. We need better filters for cosmic noise and more sky, more time. Our search has just begun, and above all, we need humility. The universe is not obligated to meet our expectations. False alarms will happen. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. Proof demands patience. So, here's the recap of the silence. The great filter. If it's behind us, we are precious and rare. If it's ahead, we are on the verge of a great test. The dark forest. The silence is strategic, a sign of fear, and we should hide or die. Berserker probes. The silence is the work of ancient, patient predators. Zoo scenarios. We are a protected exhibit, and the silence is a form of containment. Brief windows. The silence is an accident of timing, signals that blink and vanish across cosmic history. The evidence remains the same. No megastructures, no confirmed beacons, no industrial signatures in the stars, only the relentless, overwhelming quiet. And yet, we still look. We scan for narrowband radio, for pulsed lasers, for neutrinos, for waste heat, and for odd orbits. We look because we must. Because one ping, one flash, one confirmed anomaly changes everything. If the filter is ahead, our job is to be the ones who finally build a sustainable, wise civilization. To survive it, together. If it's the forest, our job is to listen, to learn the rules of the jungle before we make a sound, and stay very small on the radar. And if the filter is behind us, if we truly are one of the first, then the silence confers an immense responsibility to be worthy of our rarity, to act with wisdom without arrogance. The practical strategy for now seems clear. Dim our omnidirectional broadcasts, encrypt the rest. If we communicate, aim tight, not wide, and keep building better ears, larger arrays, more sensitive spectrographs, global timing networks. We must practice curiosity with extreme caution. The Fermi paradox offers no easy answers. It forces us to confront our own future, our own nature, and our place in the universe. And we must never forget what the silence can mean. Sometimes it is mercy. Sometimes it is a warning. And sometimes it is simply the backdrop for the lonely, singular journey of a species learning to listen. Recap. Filters that test us and forests that hide us. Probes that hunt us and prisons that contain us. Brief windows of opportunity and quiet, careful strategies for survival. The universe may be crowded and still feel profoundly empty. The silence is a mirror. What we see in it says as much about us as it does about the cosmos. So we must wonder carefully, speak carefully, and above all, keep listening.